It's my pleasure to welcome our guest from Latvia, ｙRIKS KARLSONS.
Yes, I'm ｙRIKS KARLSONS from Latvia, and I'm interior designer. Mostly we work with residential projects, but also with some public spaces. This is my company. Actually, it's a design studio. I also will show how it looks, how we work. And the topic of this event is about engineering systems in interior. So that's the topic what I will speak about. What should know interior designer about engineering and engineer about interior design? It's maybe a little bit strange, but that is very important, because when you start planning, actually customers go to the architect first. And second, from the architect gives the plans to some engineers and structural engineers, and they calculate everything. But in these stages, designers are not interior designer. Like, it's last link of the chain, actually, but it's not right, because a lot of things can be do more better, in more visual way better with interior designers, because we have a lot of tools to operate with interior, and I will show how it looks. Some projects where I was invited too late, and some projects whereas I was invited before starting to plan the house. So yeah, we can divide we can split the engineering, constructions, and communications in two parts. So it's external and internal. So today I speak about internal because I'm interior designer and I don't care about what's happening outside, actually. So in this picture you can see almost quite a lot of communications. There is electricity output, there is wastewater, there is hot and cold water. Here is the air conditioner outputs, and there is the ventilation. Actually, it's not the ventilation, it's for cooker hood. So yeah, and the floor is the heating floor on the hot water. So yeah, the biggest question is why it's happening everything without designer. Why why customers don't need designer when he start planning his house? Why he go straight to the architect, and from the architect to the another person? So it's actually a new project. It's one of the latest projects what we are making now. It's the plan of the architect. This is the architect gives out, and you can see it's quite. It's not very easy plan. You can see the construction. Everything is concrete. All walls it's from concrete, and it's not possible to move. Only where it's possible. And something here, but you will see later in construction part there is everything is done. So yeah, it's interior from architect. You can I don't know what this is. I understand there is the kitchen and there is a dining room and there is like a relaxing room. Okay, that's cool. And after the architect, this project goes to the engineers. It's actually ventilation plan. It's the first floor of the house, and you can see here is there is incoming air and there is going out air. So it's in the middle of the room. It's like planned in the middle of the room. That is how engineers think. Okay, that's everything right from this point. but we need to make design beautiful, aesthetic. So what we do is we look at the moment on this big part. This is the biggest part of the house. And what we do with these plans, we divide it in the areas. You can see the kitchen. We move out this wall because we think that better will be in one line, not without some kind of structures which is coming out from the wall. It's better inside the wall. And you can see there will be the light. And how you remind, there was the air. And also there will be 2 air conditioners. So it will be built-in air conditioners. And everything must be somewhere there. Also the heating floor there will be only heating floor without the convectors. So you can see how we make the visualizations, how it looks, and you can see the ceilings. Here's it's from architecture plan. So you can see this dimension is only 10 centimeters. So to the black ceilings is 20 centimeters. And in this place it's possible to install the air conditioner and also here in a separate part. So because and this is the one example where in the house where I come in this level. You can see almost everything is done. So of course interior designers see this, and one way is nothing to change but make something not very good for living. But this is a house. It's costs approximately 1 million euros. So the customers, you can offer to customers good way how he can live, or he can keep everything this and keep a little bit money and live not very comfortable. This also is a plan of architects. You can see the guest room. So here is the living room, and you can see there is a fireplace, there is a kitchen, there is a dining place, and you can see how it's oriented. Here is the low voltage outputs and also electricity outputs for TV, for audio, for everything. And how we know we cannot split low voltage outputs because it don't work then. So I come in this project where everything was done. This everything like one lightning object in middle of the room and so on. You can see here is the cooking place. And this is what do we absolutely change the orientation of the room. We put TV there and the sofa here. And of course, all these outputs must be removed and put it there. Of course, it is extra cost, it is time, and you know if the building works are stopped, how much it costs, of course, for everyone. But the customers understand that he don't like this, he better live in this way, because it's logical. You come inside and you see the room. And this was the first visualization of this house. It's not approved visualization, it's just one of the first steps what we try to give to the customer. And then we planning the kitchen, because how I said, the cooking place is here, and there is also the cooker hood, but ventilation is somewhere here. And to get it there, you need to make lower ceilings, but you see the window. And yeah, it's again the same picture. about this cooker hood line pipe. So what we suggest to do with this everything and how it looks. Yeah, and this is done here. You see. So and this is another project in St. Petersburg. It's a private house, and this is this positive example of the building and planning, because here we was invited from the beginning, from the paper. The architects start planning on the paper, and we start working, and also the engineers start working. So it was the co-working of all professionals. Yeah, there is a picture of the building in the beginning, and here you can see what's happening now inside. So you can, there is a little bit, okay, but you can see here is pipes, ventilation pipes, and here is the ventilation pipes. There is a technical room, and here is the square actually in the middle. It's, I think if we don't plan it before everything, it cannot be possible to make this square, because easier is put the pipes in the middle of the room, of course, not split in the two. So you can see this is the square, what we need to make there. It's very beautiful light in this room. So it's another picture. I show it because here's also the ventilation outputs everywhere there, and it's necessary to be in these right places. It's not in the middle of the room, it's somewhere in one side, another side, and it's a little bit strange, but actually the ceilings, there is special ceilings also. Also again, design goes the first, and after that goes everything all. There is also the kitchen place, where is the heating floor, and of course, where is the kitchen, we don't put the heating floor because it's not right. You can see there is the highland, and actually here is the heating floor, and again these ceilings. It's the look to the other side of the room. You can see this is this window. And this is the living room, the biggest room with the highest ceilings. And here is also the air. And again, special place for it, because here you can see there is not possible to install anything. And how it looks, how it will be. So this lower ceiling is here. And yeah, I will also show what we actually do, some projects for this one, concept for office in St. Petersburg. It's an entrance. So it's not realized, it's just concept, I don't know, 5 years ago. It's a working area. Restaurant in Berlin, it is realized, it's in Berlin done. So also some ventilation, of course, it's air conditional, it's everywhere. Not even all the time we need to hide all these constructions. Also, it is possible to show, for example, heating. Heating elements are quite beautiful nowadays, and you can see how it looks like. I think it's beautiful. This apartment in Riga, this apartment, it's a very small apartment, studio type apartment, but I very enjoy this project. I don't know why, but I enjoyed it. House in Norway, also we have projects outside the Latvia and in other places. Very beautiful place. That was the best to show the view outside the window. It's amazing. And also here was the project first, and after that they make the buildings and construction and each things. I think it's easier. For example, there is the wine cellar, and there is a special temperature necessary. And if you don't before it, you don't know that you can not do that. And this is one of the latest projects, house in Jūrmala. It's in Latvia. This is this house, about what I talked before, where I was asked to come when when television must be here. I showed before. This is this house. What actually comes out after the project. And this is the kitchen. And also here you can see that in the this everything is put in the middle of the room. And also it's not possible if it's not planned. It's not make on the paper or by designer, because mostly it is some special thing. And mostly of the projects, of the architecture projects, it will be put at somewhere here or here. And just a kids' room. And there I show the one studio in Riga, where I worked before, what I create, to design, and there is the one special thing. And these are pipes, so we don't hide them, we show them. And in this style, like loft style, it's very beautiful. Just these photos are not professional, it's just by phone taken. And this studio where I work now, it's my studio at the moment. And how it looks where we work. And there is we hiding under these shelves. Nobody can see us. Of course, for the kids, it's necessary also. It looks outside. And yeah, now it's a growing project. It will be, after a few months, already done. And now I show the projects what we work at the moment, or projects from the table. So you can see one house in Riga also. It's only the bedroom as the make. House number 2. Also from the table. It's a new project. Also with beautiful view to the lake. And actually, it's all what I would like to say. I think I don't say a lot of what is in these papers, but I'm sorry. Just forget about this. I think you understand the idea of my presentation and how necessary to work together with all professionals in one time, not separately. It's very important. Okay, have a nice day. Thank you.